Hello, good morning or afternoon. I don't know where you're watching from. Hello, hello. All right, everything actually looks really good. If you are here with me, say hello in the chat. It's one of the cool things about being here with me. You get to interact. Jenny is here. Hello. I'm trying to get more of because we have stuff behind me today. It's going to be fun. We have lots of stuff today. Jenny is here. Hello. All right, everyone. Make sure everything is plugged in. Mic on. Lights look good. Oh, okay. Joanna is here. Why is my watch is telling me that it's time to start the live. A minute late. Wow. It's a great reminder. Sarah is here. Heather is here. Take all my money, Morgan. Oh, it's going to be a good one. Sean is here. Hello. Hello, everyone. All right. Welcome to our summer solstice, Litha, midsummer, whatever you want to call it. Live gemstone sale. If you're new here, I do these live gemstone sales. We do one once a month. Generally speaking, it is the second Saturday of the month. It will switch when we get closer to the dark part of the year. It'll switch up a little bit. But for right now, it's the second Saturday of the month. We try to do them around the Sabbats, the pagan Sabbats. So the gemstones that we put with the live sales have to resonate with that energy, okay? And which means that because of the way the pagan calendar is, some of the live sales are before the Sabbat, some of them are after. So this one's before. We will start shipping these out Monday and Tuesday of next week. I don't know, depending on where you are, if you would get them in time for summer solstice, but at least the energy starts with summer solstice and moves forward, okay? Laura is here. Hello. All right. I'm sorry. Let me just exhale real quick. I've got my shoes off, so I'm grounding down. All right. The range for today is $4 to $3.50. So we do like to include just about a little bit of everything, every price range, every budget, or you can just stay here and learn about gemstones. We're introducing some new gemstones today. There's 4 new ones to me. Yeah. So I teach about the metaphysical properties, how you can use it in your practice, all of that. And then everything that I show you does go up for sale at AncientGoddessCreations.com in our live gemstone sale category. I did pin it. It's a comment in the top of our sections, okay, in the top of the chat section. So that's where everything will be purchasable. As I go through them, my husband will be refreshing and he'll be adding them to the website. So you kind of have to wait for me to get through most of the metaphysical properties, all that good stuff. And then they'll show up. So you just have to keep refreshing the collection throughout the day. Okay. So let's go over. Phoenix is here currently in Florida. Hell yeah. It's currently it's going to be 107 today here in Tucson. Yeah, not fun. So we're going to run to the grocery store real quick and then hibernate for the next 2 days. But I think it's supposed to be 110 by Friday. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So we're going to go over some rules real quick on how to order. Everything goes up for sale in the live gemstone sale category. Adding it to your cart does not reserve it. Okay. You have to complete checkout in order to get it. We do have quite a few one-of-a-kind specimens. So you'll be buying A, B, C, etc. So you have to complete checkout. So what that means, especially if you're here for we're here for about an hour and a half, you might purchase multiple items, okay? If we want to ship it by itself, because that's in the best interest of the gemstone, we will ship it by itself. Or if we do combine things together, then we issue you a gift card for any shipping overage that could occur. But of course, sometimes when you combine gemstones, it ups the tier, ups the cost, of course, all of that good stuff. But if there are any shipping overages, we issue it back to you in store credit. You'll get an email about that and all of that good stuff. So, so just so you know, you have to complete checkout. Some things do go fast. Some one-of-a-kind pieces, especially, will go fast. So it's just fun here. It's a journey that I'm going to take you on today. Okay. Jenny says, yikes, that's hot. And Citrus Bella's here. Hello. All right, we have technically 20 specimens today. We do a mixture of tumbled, carved, raw, jewelry, all of it. And like I said at the beginning, the range today is $4 up to $350. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that we're starting with is behind me. So let me grab one. Okay, so here is the fun thing. We are always learning here at Ink Goddess Creations. Green Earth Creations is here. Hello. We are always learning here at Ink Goddess Creations. So this was a Colin find this year. And I can't remember if it was Colin and Ren or Colin and Ryan or a combination, but Colin found these. I still could not even tell you what the vendor's table looked like because he just came back with this huge bag of these. And I looked at it and I was like, well, it kind of looks like Bumblebee Jasper, but it doesn't because it is transparent in places, okay? And the difference between, so a lot of Jaspers and a lot of agates look the same. Coloring, striations, all of that. A Jasper is opaque. It is not transparent. It does not have transparent parts to it, okay? An agate has transparent parts to it. So if you can visualize like moss agate has those strips of like quartz or strips of clear through them, okay? This has the strips of clear. And actually, I'm going to show you, one of these shows it really well. They're A, B, C, D anyway, so like y'all will get to see the actual one. I think it was this one maybe. Well, this one shows the layers, okay? So Colin had bought them and he was told they were Bumblebee agate, okay? And we were like, all right, well that tracks because agate is transparent. You see how you can kind of see this, it's like see-through, it's like milky. So we were like, all right, that tracks. So before we put them up for sale, we were like, all right, let's just do our due diligence and Google like Bumblebee agate. So that's where the fun part happens. So Bumblebee Jasper is not even a Jasper. Bumblebee agate is not an agate. So they are all forms of a calcite. But I guess when they were found, when they were discovered, people just said, oh, that's Bumblebee Jasper. Like, we'll just call it that. So that's what it's known as. But they are all actual calcites. They're not Jaspers or agates. So there's your fun learning for today. But they are made of the same stuff. This one just has a lot of translucent places, like translucent spots through it. So that's where it looks, I mean, you can tell if you have any Bumblebee Jasper, it doesn't look like this. You know, this is polished, which is how I'm able to hold it, because the yellow parts are made of like sulfur and some of them are arsenic as well. So when it comes to the Bumblebees, agate, Jasper, whatever you want to call it, you don't want to handle raw because there's poisons in them, okay? But these are highly, highly polished, you can tell. So they've sealed it and they've polished them. But it just makes for, so what they were calling Bumblebee agate just makes for an absolutely gorgeous specimen. Heather says the difference in metaphysical properties of calcite compared to an agate or jasper. So because of the coloring and so when you look up the correspondences, the metaphysical correspondences for Bumblebee Jasper, it's going to be this stone. So it's the same because of the Bumblebee Jasper, it's all the same component, but like so what they're taking into account when they do the metaphysical properties are like the arsenic, the sulfur, the components of the layers, okay, which is all included in this, okay? So it's the same. It's technically a form of calcite, but has a lot of the same properties as the Bumblebee Jasper or Bumblebee agate, if that's what you want to call it. It holds within it the energy of an emerging volcano, full of raw power, immense strength, and amazing zest for life. It is a stone of creation and creativity and activates the sacral and solar plexus chakras because of the coloring. To help and motivate and inspire you. The vibrational energy of this stone is absolutely amazing, and the bright yellows and oranges mixed with the contrast of brown and black make this a stone you can get lost looking into. Especially these, like you can definitely see the layers throughout there. But this is why, and so it is formed. Bumblebee stone is it's formed at a volcano. Okay, so that, look at all of the little natural just pockets of what was probably air, as the lava was cooling and hardening. And that's what I love about this stone is you don't generally see that with what we know as Bumblebee Jasper. Okay, so these were just, I mean, they're hefty, and it just shows you Mother Nature and how she, just the gorgeousness that she creates, not only in the natural coloring of the bright oranges and the yellows, but in these little tiny pockets, these little tiny bubbles of what was probably air as the lava was cooling. Okay, so the yellow coloring is due to the presence of sulfur and arsenic, so wash your hands after handling. These are highly polished, highly polished, but don't lick them. I mean, don't lick any gemstones, but don't lick these especially, okay? All right, so now that I've gotten them all out of order, so you will be buying the exact one. We have A through H, and just so you know, if you're new here, ours, generally speaking, A is going to be the least expensive, H, and then they're going to get bigger as the numbers or the letters go on. Okay, so this one is A. They all do stand too, as you can see back here. We've got them all. So they all do have a flat, they've been carved with a flat edge. And then basically they just polished up the raw form, sealed it in and polished it. So this one is A, measures 5.5 by 3 inches. It weighs 1.5 pounds. It's $22. That's it. B, there we go. B was the really cool one. I'm going to set them down though, so I don't knock them. So B has a little, it's a little indentation there. B is 4 3/4 by 4 inches, weighs 1.5 pounds. It is also $22. Okay. C is this one that has like the really thick edge, but it does set up here. You can lay it flat. That's not going to set. So you could probably set it. We definitely, wherever we set that, that's where it's going to be. You can set it up. But the back is pretty cool. C is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. It weighs 2 pounds. It's $31. That is not D. So this must be D. Yes. Okay. D. D is like this, but look at the like striations throughout D. Like the black and the orange ones, but it's shaped kind of like a nose or a person's head. Maybe a lion, maybe a dog. I kind of can see with his nose up here. That's pretty cool. Anyway, that's D. D is 5 inches by 3 1/4, weighs 2 pounds. It's also $31. This one was E. So this one has the like super bright orange within it and all the little divots. E is 4.5 by 4, weighs over 2 pounds. It's $36. That was E. Oh, Lord. Is this? Nope, that's the last one. That was the big guy. I went the wrong direction. So this one is F. Oh, F is really cool. So that's about how thick F is. Here's the back. So you've got a lot of the black and orange modeling throughout it. F is 6 1/4 by 5.5, weighs almost 3 pounds. It's $43. Okay, so that's F. $43. D looks like it had tiger stripes. Jenny said, yeah, it did. F. G is very smooth. And it's, oh, that's really cool. It's like a darker specimen, but you have like little caves right there. And then here's the back. You have a little cave right there. So this one is G. G is 4 3/4 by 4, weighs over 3 pounds. It's $50. And again, wherever we have the sticker, that's going to be the flat edge so you can set it up. And then this was the big guy, right? Yeah, H. How much does this weigh? 4 pounds, 6 ounces. So almost 4.5 pounds. So 5.5 by 5, $68 for H. But there's the front. Lots of little air pocket divots. And then the back has gorgeous orange swirls with it. I love that. And then like this black stripe through it. Oh, the bottom's even really cool too. Look at this swirl right here. That is cool as shit. All right, so that's H. It was $68. So like we got an amazing deal on these. Colin has a great find for Colin. And you know, when we find an amazing deal, we just pass it on to you all. Because that way you all get to partake in the gem show rare stones. And we're local, so we just drive them back to our office. But we started doing these gem shows, these live gem sales during the pandemic because it was a way for us to connect with you all, but it was also a way for us to shop for unique stuff that you may not see every day. You know, a lot of people have rose quartz, amethyst, regular quartz, but Bumblebee stone, you know, that's a rare one. That's really cool. So I love being able to swoop stuff up so that we can offer it to you all. And then you all get brand new gemstones from all over the world. I'm trying to put them back in order. I guess it really doesn't matter. All right. D, C, B. All right. I'm going to move on here in a second. And we're putting A back. Okay. So there you go. First stone of this show. Okay. All right. The next one, I don't know. This was a group effort. I think we saw they were super cute. I think I finally pulled the trigger on them. Was like, okay, we're going to definitely get those, you know. We have some Labradorite turtles for you all. And they're so cute. If you are one of the live gemstone sale insiders is what we call them, which you can sign up on our website on the live gem sale landing page. So you have to go to like the About Us section and you'll see live gem sales, our informational page. About halfway down, you can sign up for a live gemstone sale newsletter. You get sneak peeks before we send them out to other people. You get behind the scenes stuff like that. I think I put these in there because I sent out a newsletter this week about our live gemstone sale has your cutesy gemstones too, because it does. We've got some cutesy ones. So we have two Labradorite turtles, very different. So these are separated A and B, okay? Because as you can see, this one is like the electric blue flash. And then this one is more of what we call the sunrise or sunset Labradorite with the orange, pinkish. I don't think he has any purple. Got a little bit of purple on his butt. He's even got some flash underneath. Yeah, you can see up here in his head over on this side. Let me see if he's got flash on his boot. Yeah, he's full of flash. Look at even up to his neck. Okay, so let's talk about Labradorite. Is my go-to stone for magic and transformation, but I have a piece of Labradorite on all of my altars. It's also good for psychic developments, increasing magical energy, increasing tuition, psychic development, and can help provide clarity into one's own destiny. Okay, turtles have long symbolized wisdom and knowledge in many different cultures. Because of their slow movement, turtles symbolize perseverance and attaining your goals in a comfortable time. They also remind you to slow down and enjoy the little things in life. Okay, so we have some little turtles. A. I want to make sure these were done correctly. Yes, they are. Okay. A measures 5 inches by 2 3/4 by 1 1/4. It weighs 14 ounces. It is $85. Okay. So this is A, and that's the grams. It's 382 grams, which is 13 ounces. So, he's got some flash on his feet, but he's got more of like the sunset. There is a purple that, like, if you hold it just the right way, there's a little bit of purple down in there. It's really light purple though. He's got some red on his belly. That's A. Okay. B is 5 3/4 by 3 1/4 by 1 1/4, weighs over a pound. He's 105. Okay. So he weighs 504 grams, but he's the dark electric blue. And the carvings on these, like, let me show you his face. Look at that. He's got eyes. He's got a little smile. This comes from one of our Moonstone carvers, or one of our main vendors that specializes in stone carvings. So yeah, just to show you A's little face. It's got his little eyes and a little smile. So there you go. A's 85, B is 105. Laura says got a little bit of purple on his butt. Yes. Yeah, it's just ever so slight. It's like a pinkish purple. All right. And like I said, I think those were a collaborative effort. I do like to show you all, like, I do like to tell you all who got them at the gem show, just because it's a fun little thing here. Not that we compete or anything, but just so you know, like, who's shopping for what, like who's looking for what when we're at the gem show. So yeah. All right, next we do have a piece of jewelry. Okay, now I do not have chains today, just because we have so many specimens that we need to find room for that the chains kind of get tangled. So just know that they do come with chains, whether we're doing the Tibetan or the sterling silver. Sterling silver, it's a 24-inch sterling silver chain. Okay, so what we have, very sunny for you all, very motivational, are Spiny Oyster Turquoise. So blue turquoise. The orange is Spiny oyster shell. So, and these are generally found in Arizona, Spiny oyster, which tells you, and I love this, I love sharing this nerd fact, the fact that we do have Spiny oyster shell found naturally with turquoise tells you that at one point in Arizona, there was an ocean or body of water. Isn't that amazing? So, Spiny oyster turquoise, and let me just show you. So we're selling these all, we're going to intuitively choose which shape, but I want to show you all 4 shapes real quick. And then we also have like, kind of like a teardrop, kind of like an oval. All right, so let me just hold one up. Let me hold this guy up since he didn't get a lot of airtime. Spiny oyster turquoise is a combination of spiny oyster and turquoise, bringing the calming vibes of turquoise and the tenacity of oysters. Turquoise helps cleanse and protect your energy field from negative energy, while the spiny oyster helps bring balance, invites luck, and restores vitality. I just love the color combination of the orange with the teal. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. These do also have the open back, so if anybody prefers jewelry to where the gemstone has a direct line of contact with your skin, so for the energetic properties, these have an open back. We have these 4, and they're $60 each because the setting is sterling silver, the bail is sterling silver, the chain that comes with it is a 24-inch sterling silver chain. So we will intuitively choose which shape you get. They're all about 1 1/4 by 3/4 of an inch. Okay. But that color combination just brings so much joy, which is why we added it to the Litha. You've got that fire energy, that sun energy, but also with the turquoise, kind of like a beach, so if people are vacationing, during the summer, it's an absolutely gorgeous stone. We've had it, I think, in little suns before. Yeah. All right. We're going for a tumbled next. So with the tumbled, we do have 29 in stock. So this would be the one time where if you just wanted to add a tumbled to your cart and let it sit there for, as we move forward, you can totally do that. We've got 29 of them. I don't know that we've ever sold out of a tumbled stone during a live. If we have, it's been like a week later, 2 weeks later. So you're good to just hold this in your cart and wait for something bigger if you want to. Okay. Which is why we do the tumbled earlier now. So I love Mother Nature's color palette. Like, the things that stick out to me are the things where you're like, is that real? So what this combination is, if you're thinking, oh, Morgan, that's azurite with a very light malachite, maybe, since those two are formed together quite what is the word? All the time? That I'm just going to say all the time, since they form together all the time. Consistently or quite commonly. They're quite commonly found together. I should maybe have had more than just one cup of coffee this morning. The light green is not Malacola, it's green moonstone. And that's what I freaking love about these. And that's why they are in alive, and they're only $4 each, because it is a combination of gemstone that I think is cool as shit and had to share on camera. Okay. So the dark blue are strips of azurite. Let's talk about azurite real quick while I pull another one. So that the dark blue is azurite. Azurite has been revered for thousands of years as a stone of strong healing energy, psychic powers, and enlightenment. From ancient people of Atlantis to Egyptians, Mayans, Greeks, and Romans, Native Americans, and ancient Chinese, this stone has been used for guidance from other realms, to contact spirit guides, and to achieve and understand messages from higher planes of consciousness. Okay, so that's the dark blue. Many ancient cultures felt its powers were so great that only those in high spiritual positions could even work with it. Its vibrational frequency resonates with the third eye chakra perfectly, helping to awaken one's intuition and psychic abilities. Okay. Then you have the light green, which is green moonstone. It's a rare gemstone that encourages divine feminine earth energy and helps you connect deeper to your divine intuition. It helps to balance emotions and relieve stress while offering a heightened awareness to the subconscious. Meditating with green moonstone can increase psychic awareness and provide a deeper connection to the divine feminine. So basically, when you've got green moonstone with strips of azurite in it, like complete psychic opening, development, all of that flow. So maybe put some with your, if you practice tarot, pendulum, divination, scrying, whatever, you could put some with your tarot deck or your oracle decks, or if you have an altar that you use for meditation or divination, putting some there, carrying some around with you can help with that as well. So again, we have 29 of these. They're only $4 each. And they're pretty freaking cool. They're all about an inch-ish. And they all have just their own unique composition as far as how much green moonstone to how much azurite. Okay. Pretty cool. And actually, okay, so just so you all know, in case you get one, yeah. Okay, in case you get one with the peach. So there are some with peach, like right here and right here. That's peach moonstone. So it's still moonstone. I just realized that. That's pretty dope. Yeah, so if you get any with peach, we didn't short you. You got green moonstone and peach moonstone in there. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I'll stop looking at the pretty rocks. We'll move on. All right, next we have one-of-a-kind piece. I think this bad boy weighs a lot. Oh, I didn't even write it down on my notes as to how much it weighs. Okay, so beautiful. What? About 4 pounds, Colin says. It's a good thing I grabbed it with both hands. Okay, so we only have one of these. The vendor that we purchased this from had 3, I believe, total. But the other 2 were just me. I didn't like them as much as this one. And I'm very picky when it comes to buying things at the gym show. Okay. So the whole stone is just like, I don't know, regular granite, something boring, but look at the detail in the carving. Love him. So what makes this unique is his broken open side is actually chrysanthemum quartz. Okay. So chrysanthemum quartz is a rare form of clear quartz in which the quartz terminations form in a chrysanthemum or flower shape. So basically what you're looking at with this, and this one is a really good one right here to kind of see. Do you see how it has like this whole cluster right here has a defined section, and then this cluster right here has a defined section, and then this cluster here has a defined section. That's what they mean by chrysanthemum quartz. Okay, if you look up a chrysanthemum flower, It just kind of looks like waves of a puff that, come from a center. So this is not like one big flower. You're looking at it like a bouquet of chrysanthemums. But basically, it amplifies cleansing, reflection, and healing properties of the stone. Clear quartz doesn't tend to form this way, which makes the specimen such a unique one. So you just have all of these, and I'm going to try and get it. It's 4 pounds. The points just go in all directions. But do you see how, especially with this is such a great version of that. So I want to make sure it's even formed this way, like a burst of a flower. Like the quartz points are coming up and out, so that's what makes it super cool. If nothing else, when you have quartz is an amplifier. It will amplify all the other gemstones around. It will amplify your energy. And when, like with quartz, it's a healer, increases psychic abilities, helps with protection, all of that good stuff. Okay. When you have all of these little tiny quartz points, the energy is dispersed in just about every single direction. Okay. Every single direction. And that's what makes quartz clusters so cool. But this is our Chrysanthemum Quartz skull. We only have the one, 5 inches by 4 3/4. He is 350. And he weighs almost 4 pounds. So Sean says, so when they open a geode, you get that crystal bed. Like this stuff, this is whatever the host, I call them the host stones. So can you imagine too, walking around and like seeing this, just a rock, a boulder like this, and you're like, that's just a rock. And then someone breaks it open, or you see a sparkle because it's broken open a little bit, and like that's what's on the inside. And so yeah, they took the host stone and then just carved the skull directly into the host stone to amplify or to accent this. Yeah, so that's what they were when they were walking through a cave or wherever. This is what they saw, is this rock, and they're like, that's what was on the inside. I think Mother Nature is so amazing. So, okay. So yeah, we just have the one Chrysanthemum Quartz skull, 350. Just so you know too, I don't think I mentioned at the beginning, anything that doesn't sell remains in that live gemstone sale category, which is why there's specimens in there. So feel free, by all means, to look through the stuff that's still sitting there and see if any of that, wants to go home with you too. All right. Next we have, so that was the big guy. I don't think, because I said 4 to 350. So there you go. There was our two end caps. The Azurite with green moonstone tumbled was 4, and then the Chrysanthemum Quartz skull, 350. Yeah. All right. Next. Oh, they're over here with me. This was a last minute addition behind the scenes to our live gemstone sale. These were scheduled for another live gemstone sale. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think we can have a summer solstice live gemstone sale without yellow hematoid flames, because flames, this shape, the flame shape, represents igniting passions, igniting motivation, igniting inspiration, love that creativity. This one, I just want to show you. Yep. Where you show up, there's a rainbow right there. Anyway, I think a lot of these actually had rainbows. So pointing out one, let me relax. I think a lot of them did. Anyway, so the gemstone flame will add that fiery energy of summer solstice to your altar. Okay, to anything you're going to do. If you're an artist, a creator, you can put one on your desk for inspiration, for motivation. Yellow hematoid quartz is quartz with deposits of hematite. It's also known as golden healer quartz, but that's trademarked, so you didn't hear me say that. Just that's what a lot of people know it as, hypothetically speaking. It's a great grounding stone as it combines the high vibrations of quartz with the grounding properties of hematite. It has been known to clean ores and connect the upper and lower chakras. It's a high vibration healer stone that can cleanse your mind, body, and spirit, is closely associated with the sacral, solar plexus, and crown chakras, but can be used to align and bring balance to all of the chakras. Okay. So with it being solar plexus and sacral as well, so personal power, confidence, motivation, sexual energy, creativity, divine feminine energy, creation, magic, all that good stuff. Okay. So we have 6 of these. They're all about, I mean, like some of them are taller and thinner, and some of them, you know, they're like my cat Crowley. They got big booties. 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. We have 6 of them. They're $32.50 each. Okay. But they are gorgeous. The yellow are inclusions of hematite. So hematite, when it meets with quartz, can either go red or can go yellow. Okay, so that's how you get this gorgeous color. And we'll intuitively choose one of these when we fulfill your order. But get lost in them. If you grab one of these, get lost in it, because you can use them as scrying stones. Because like I'm sitting here like almost falling into the gemstones because they're just so beautiful on the inside. So yeah, and that one's even got, look at the striations of like how it formed. That's pretty cool. They're all cool. All right. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Oh, Heather says, is that the same as Golden Healer? Yes. All right. Next, we have another piece of jewelry. So I think we've had these before or something similar to them before. Okay, so this is the Lava Agate Tibetan necklace. The back of them, and we do have, they're all the same shape. They're all like this reverse teardrop. But all of the metalwork, oh, you can even see they're different on the back because they're all hand metal worked. Hold on. So, I mean, they'll have similar types, but of course, you know, there's going to be differences in them. So this is lava agate. It's a powerful stone for healing and grounding, formed from cooled and solidified lava. Lava agate also includes pockets of space where gases and minerals become trapped. Over time, these spaces also solidify to create unique patterns and formations within the stone. I feel like that one's looks like it's been etched. That's pretty cool. Since it's made from molten rock from within the earth, lava agate resonates with both the earth and fire energy. It's great for journey work and accessing higher spiritual realms. It also casts a protective shield around itself to keep negative vibes at bay. I love Tibetan jewelry. I'm wearing my Tibetan sunstone ring today, so these were definitely a me find. So we do have 5 of these, which I've just kind of basically shown you all 5. So we'll intuitively choose which one you get. They're all about 2.5 inches by 1 1/4, $45 each. That does include a chain. It's not sterling silver, but it does include a chain. At the moment, I'm not sure which chain we had chosen for this. But most of our chains run about 24 inches. Yeah, most of our chains run about 24 inches. So 20 to 24. But I think the 20-inch they said was, that was a big piece for like a 20-inch, you know. So that's why there'd probably be like a 24-ish. So, but yeah, I love those. Again, the colors in that are natural. So, all right. Okay, next we have something behind me. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. So they only had one of these. I'm so happy that we grabbed it because it's so adorable. We are calling this the Amazonite Sea Life. So what you have here, this is Amazonite gemstone that it is carved into. Like I said, we only saw one of these. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know if they had more or anything, but we only saw one. I immediately grabbed it up. So, but I think might have been Colin and Ryan saw this first, and then they were like, what do you think about that? And I'm like, I think it's adorable. I think a sea witch out there will love to have this on their altar, you know? So you have an octopus here, and look, he's even got 2 little eyes. sea turtle. Let me turn it around. And then you have 2 fish. But you even have, oh, there is a starfish hanging out right here. The Tibetan pieces, the Tibetan necklaces were $45 each, Isabel. So Amazonite, one-of-a-kind piece. And like I said, there's a little starfish hanging out there. So Amazonite is a powerful yet soothing gemstone known for invoking calm, clarity, and insight into one's meditations and spell work. It can help with success, and its blue-green coloring helps enhance communication, especially communication from the heart. Physically, it is said to be associated with the thyroid and can help with remedying fatigue or even helping those heal the results of trauma. It is often called the stone of courage and stone of truth. Amazonite reveals inner truths and empowers one to discover their own integrity. Okay. The inclusion, of course, of all of the sea life elements help you go with the flow, help you tap into the element of water. But if you are a sea witch, this is a beautiful piece to have on your altar. Or if you resonate with sea deities. Okay. So this piece is about 5 inches by 5 inches. We have just the one, it's $155. Okay. And it is, again, look at the detail. Just the markings on like the tortoise and then the fish. He has eyes. They even put like all the little, these are like little, water bubbles through it. I just love that. And then you've got a little starfish and your octopus. How great is that? That was a great find for us. And now it'll be a beautiful piece to somebody's home or altar, or especially if you have like a beach vibe going on in your house, it's a great conversation piece. So, all right, hold on, you guys. I got to get a little bit of water. Oh, we have Moonstone next. These are a me and Megan find. Yep. Okay. Oh, that was so much better. All right. So next we have Moonstone crescent moons. Okay. So fun little thing there. This is one of our vendors that lets us come shop early. She's only open wholesale. And then I love her to death because she does recognize me. And then she gives me a hug. And it makes me feel so good that, like we have that relationship with some of our vendors, So we saw these, we went shopping before the gym show actually opened, and I saw these immediately because look, you guys, I love some Moonstone. It's the first gemstone I ever really started working with. It's just held, like, I love it. And it stuck with me through, 25 years, 26 years of witchcraft. But these are absolutely stunning specimens of Moonstone. So we grabbed all of the good ones. I don't really have shame when it comes to that. Like, are we buying all the good stuff before the gym show opens? We are, but it's because of that I get hugs when she sees me. So we have big ones, and I bought them all for their flash. So we have large, and then we have small ones. And even the small ones shine so beautifully. This is amazing quality Moonstone, okay? With a flash like this, look at that. Just that, see how the light, like when I do this, the light just goes with it. Look at that. All right, so let's talk about Moonstone. Moonstone is a stone for new beginnings and of strong lunar energy, and then they're crescent moons, so you're amping that up even more. And of divine feminine energy. It soothes stress and stabilizes emotions, calming the user. Moonstone enhances intuition and psychic abilities, facilitating a strong connection with the moon and feminine energies. It balances the male and female energies within the body and can awaken newfound strength in women. Okay. The crescent moon shape, of course, is going to help connect you to moon energy even more. So you can definitely hold these. This is a large, this is a small, while doing your moon rituals, your full moon, new moon rituals. while you're meditating, anything to increase your divine feminine energy or your psychic abilities, anything like that. If you're stressed, and these are, especially, I would say the large one fits in your hand very nicely. The small one does too, probably just because it's in my left hand. And I can't do anything with my left hand. So the smalls measure about 2 inches by 1.25 inches. They weigh just 2 ounces. They are $14.50. We have 9 of these. So we're going to intuitively choose one of these when you order. But we have 9 of those, $14.50 each. And then the larges are 3 3/4 by 2.5. Look at that though. Just that shimmer and shine, that flash on it. 5 ounces. They weigh 5 ounces. We have 6 of these. They're $45. Okay. So we will intuitively choose one of these at the time of your order fulfillment. And if you happen to get, so most of these, well, these are all a combination of gray moonstone with peach moonstone. So the striations that you see, especially on this one, or like near the tip, peach moonstone. Okay. It's the gray though, the gray moonstone, and the way that they've cut it to really bring out that flash. But the gray moonstone is what has the most flash when it comes to these. Okay. All right. So that leads us. So we put both moonstone items right together. The next, I have some moonstone spheres. I got these. I fell in love with them because, again, I'm attracted to moonstone. Actually, I'm attracted to anything flashy. You know, I'm a witch. It's like bright, shiny objects. Yes. Bright, shiny crystals. Yes. But these have a little bit of fun to them. Okay. So what we have here, these are moonstone spheres, but those orange spots there are not peach moonstone. They're sunstone. So I think we've had sunstone and moonstone items before, like towers, and we may have had spheres in the past. But yeah, so all of these little patches of bright orange are actually sunstone weaved into the moonstone. Let me grab the third one. So we only have these 3. So I'm showing you all 3 because I was very picky. Look at that. So that one has a really nice sunstone spot on it, but you can see, and you see the flash on the moonstone is gorgeous too. But yeah, the little orange spots right there, and I know my ring lights are wreaking havoc on this, but those are sunstone spots. So the combination of moonstone and sunstone is divine balance. You have that divine feminine of the moonstone, the divine masculine of the sunstone combined together, absolute divine balance. Okay. Self-love vibrations that help you connect deeper with their inner being and rediscover hidden passions. Sunstone with moonstone enhances or makes the space for inward thinking, making it a great gemstone to use in meditation practice. Moonstone enhances intuition, while sunstone activates inner strength, passion, and divine masculine energy. Okay, so the combination of these stones will help you find sacred balance between the feminine and masculine polarities. Okay, so we only have these 3. They are about 2 1/4 inches in diameter. They're $60 because the quality of these is just beyond belief. They're gorgeous. But yes, all of the little orange specks here. And they all have flash. I don't think that my ring lights are messing with that. But even the sunstone has flash. Yeah, you can kind of see it over here. So the moonstone has flash, the sunstone. Now, even like if you get this one, there is some peach moonstone worked in there, but you can tell the difference. Like when you get it, you can tell the difference between the sunstone spots and then if there's any peach moonstone weaved in. This one's a really good specimen with the sunstone. But they're all gorgeous. And yes, they all caught my eye. that sunstone is reflective and then has all that flashy moonstone around it. All right. All right, you guys, we're going to keep moving forward. So you all have, a day ahead of you. We have a day of hibernation ahead of us because there'll be 107 out there. All right, so the next two items I'm combining together on the show. They will have separate listings on the website. Okay, but they came from the same dealer. They're essentially the same thing. It just depends on if it's jewelry. Depends on how you want to wear it. Okay, or if you want to wear both. So what we have are probably the most adorable freaking thing I've ever seen at the gym show. One of the most adorable things I've ever seen at the gym show. Scooch forward, get that right up in there. These are bumblebees, sterling silver, and that's amber. That's different ambers that have been fused together for their butts. Dark amber and light amber. These are adjustable. I don't want to pull it apart. They are smaller though, but you see how they are adjustable. So we have those in the rings with the honeycomb band. We also have them and they're hooked together, but in stud earrings. And I want to keep them hooked together so we don't lose any because these guys are tiny. But they're the same little bees. So their butts are made of amber, layers of different shades of amber, golden amber, brown amber, light amber. And then the stud earrings, like I said, the two of them are hooked together. But they're little sterling silver bees. Aren't those the cutest damn things ever? Yeah, so this one, they did split apart a little bit for the picture. So you can see that they are adjustable, okay? They are dainty, okay? So let's talk about, I can't really hold up. So there you go. Amber is actually fossilized amber resin, so it is very lightweight. It resonates with the sacral chakra, enhancing one's creativity and eliminating stress. Amber is a stone revered for its ability to ward off psychic attacks and protect the wearer from negativity. It's an excellent healing stone as well, suited for the emotional and physical release of stress and that which ails you. Okay. So we do have 5 of the rings. I think if we have 5, we probably bought all of them that he had. This is from our normal amber dealer, who also does our Libyan desert glass and our moldavite. So let me hold up the little stud earrings. Bees are symbolic of teamwork, a commitment to hard work and resilience. They symbolize fertility, prosperity, and the divine feminine, since they are a matriarchal society. These beehive, that's copied from another listing and I didn't catch that. Can be used to assist in focusing on tasks, being industrious, increasing one's productivity, and even assisting in the effort of seeking and attaining fulfilling work. My bad. It says votive candles. Now you know how we get so much work done here at Ink Guys Creations. If we already have the information, we just copy it from another listing. And then it goes through 2 people and we both missed it. So yeah. Do we have the stud earrings? We have 6 pairs of stud earrings. These are $30 each, sterling silver, metal, sterling silver studs. And then we have 5 of the beehive rings, $45 for those, just because there's more sterling silver associated with them. So yeah, absolutely adorable. And I love the picture, especially of the earrings, put on a little flower. I love it. We're cheesy here, and it makes me so happy. All right. These are definitely a me and Megan find. So sometimes there's one show where we split off, and Megan and I stay at the Amber Moldavite Libyan Desert Glass dealer for probably 2 hours. And everyone else goes and shops everything else at that show and then comes back and checks on us and makes sure we're still alive. So yeah. All right. So the next one was, I believe, a collaborative effort. And I think these actually came from two different vendors. So it would depend on which vendor they came from as to who chose them. So just a group effort here at Ink Goddess Creations. But I myself am an absolutely massive fan of Rutilated Quartz, and we have some beauties for you. Okay. These are labeled A, B, C, D, so you will be buying the exact one that I show here. And they all have their own unique compositions, I guess, but they are all rutilated quartz towers. Okay. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to jump to, oh no, this is B. Look at that. Look how different. Like this is dark rutilated quartz. Okay. Whereas this one has light rutiles throughout it. And rutiles are the little golden strands we're looking at. So and then we even have this one, which has a bunch of other stuff in it. I can't identify it. So if you end up with C, you have some other stuff in there that it's gorgeous. But C has, let me see. So C in the listing will have the close-up pictures because the rutiles in here are so fine. They're so hair-like that I just thought it was an absolutely amazingly unique specimen. Oh, good. They do pick up. So all of those little, look how thin. They actually legit look like hair that it got trapped. But this is also rutilated quartz. You're looking at the little strands of hair in there. They're called rutiles. Okay. And then we have the big guy here, which has the huge, and I'm gonna go over them, like which ones is which and with their prices. This one has the huge. This one is actually red rutilated quartz. So just a mental note there. D is red rutilated quartz. I don't think we have it listed because I'm just now realizing that it's red rutilated quartz, like really truly red rutilated quartz. Like you can tell when you look down in there. And this guy has a little cave, a little mouth. Anyway, all right, let's talk about rutilated quartz while I hold up a light one. Okay, rutilated quartz is a stone of the soul, not only helping to clear auric energy, but also ground and root someone so they can expand to the heavens. It is a stone of spiritual growth, helping to ease past traumas that could be holding you back from your future. It cleanses and aligns all chakras while adding an extra layer of protection against negativity. The golden strands in rutilated quartz are from rutile, a stone of the heavens, helping to connect you to your divine energy source. Okay. So you will be buying the exact one here. This is A, and that's just the gram sticker under it. If you're like, what is that sticker? Why does it say 214? It's 214 grams. So actually, I know what vendor that came from. I think the other three, may have come from, oh my God, that has smoky quartz at the bottom. I'll get there. I'll point out all the fun things about each individual one. So this one is filled. It's also, no, those are just golden rutiles, but it is filled, you guys. It is absolutely filled. Beautiful. This is A, 3.25 by 1.5, weighs 8 ounces. It's $50. Okay. B also has some red rutiles in it. So B is the one where the back, they almost look like hay, doesn't it? Like hay branches or hay sticks or whatever you want to call it. But then the front, you can just see them kind of sitting back there. I love that. B is 3.5 by 2.75. It weighs 12 ounces. It's $115. Okay. C is the one with extremely, extremely fine rutiles. All those little lines there, all striation, or they're all rutiles. This one also has, if y'all can see the darker spots there, I don't know what that is. So that is an unknown inclusion floating around in there. And then down at the bottom, I did see a rainbow. I don't know if it'll show up. Yeah, kind of that reflective one right there. That's a rainbow. So C is 3.5 by 2.5. It weighs over 1 pound. This is the one that has extra images in the listing. It's 120. Just because Ryan pulled out the macro lens to really get in there with the rutiles. Okay. And then we have D. So D is the red rutile. And as an added bonus, we have some smoky quartz at the bottom of D. So you've got smoky quartz at the bottom, quartz at the top, and this is red rutilated quartz. D is 4.5 by 2 3/4. It weighs 1.5 pounds. It's 205. Okay. But you're getting a little bit of everything with that one. There's also some hematite inclusions with the yellow in there. And cave. Cave right there. Love it. Okay. I'm going to stop. But yeah, that has smoky quartz at the bottom. Just to show you again. Smoky quartz right there. Little smoky bottom. All right. The next one's just a really cute find. It seems like a lot of people seem to love Orca agate. And a couple of years ago, they couldn't even keep it in stock at the gem show. It was going out of stock. So it's just now starting to come back around again to where we can find it in different things instead of just like a spear or a bloop or something. So I picked up these Orca agate offering bowls. And I went through all of them to make sure that they had, this is the only one that doesn't really have like a white border around it. But I also had to make sure we were getting all the same size. So Orca agate is a grounding stone helping one to harness the power of earth while shielding one from negativity. It's a healing stone promoting the healing of body, mind, and spirit. It resonates with the throat chakra to help clear communication and speaking one's truth. When held, it also helps balance the entire chakra system during meditation. It is believed that the white areas of the stone represent purity and cleansing, while the other deeper colors of the stone represent past experiences. It is said that the Orca agate is named for the majestic orca whale, and as the whale, its powers exceed all others in potential and magnitude. Okay, so we have 6 of these. We'll intuitively choose one when you order. 3 inches by about 2.25 inches. They're $50 just because of the gemstone, but also the carving and polishing process of the bowls to make sure that they sit, and they're not like bowls. So yeah, they're $50. For a little offering bowl, you could put your herbs in it, charge gemstones in it, charge jewelry in it, whatever you want to do. Little mini offering bowls made of Orca agate. All right, so we're jumping right into another piece of jewelry. Ooh, hold on. And you guys, we're coming to an end here. Okay, we're wrapping up. We're starting to wrap up. Thank you all for sticking with me for so long. In fact, we've actually gained viewers. That's pretty cool. All right, so the next one is a piece of jewelry. Again, adjustable. We do like to do adjustable rings here, especially for live sale. Usually in the winter, we'll pick up some rings at the fall gem show that are sized, but they're just usually plain symbols or something like that. And we just put those up with our holiday launches. But as far as live gemstone sale, we try to make sure they are all adjustable. And these are, again, amber. So just, recalling from the bumblebees, healing, eliminating stress, ward off psychic attacks, all of that gorgeousness. This is the sun image. So, of course, I actually bought these for this live, like with this live in mind. So with the sun image, you're going to be adding motivation, vitality, strength, happiness, like just that zest for life as well. They are as well really fun. they're open. They've got an open back directly to the amber, so that way the properties of the gemstone can have a direct path to you. Okay, so we have just these three, and they're $50, just because of a lot of sterling silver, and that's basically what you're paying for. We actually buy all of our expensive jewelry like this by the gram. And if you've ever been to the gem show, you know that when you buy things by the gram, that's fun. That's fun, especially for us Americans that don't know what a gram is. So, all right. And that is from our amber dealer. Same place as the bumblebees. Same. I love their quality of craftsmanship. Like we've become a regular of his as well every year. So he sees me coming and he immediately stands up and just starts pulling stuff out. And I love it. All right. So the next one is me. It's all me. But it's the coolest shit ever. Okay. I love this. I love this stuff. So it is blueberry fluorite. And I bought a flat of blueberry fluorite, and the guy was really helpful. He was really, he educated me on it. So it does come from a mine in Mongolia, which is a region of China. And what you're looking for, why it's called blueberry. I mean, first of all, the color, okay? It's the color of a blueberry. But why they call it blueberry fluorite, or what makes it unique, is its formations of these little bubbles that look like blueberries, okay? It generally forms on quartz, and I'll show you the bottoms, because these you will be buying the exact specimens, so I'll show you the bottoms of some of these because it's really cool. But that's what you're look at how it forms in like these little, it's like a little cluster of blueberries, okay? So it's only at the moment found in 1 or 2 mines around the world, okay? And he did give me the mine data. It's on a picture on my phone because it's kind of boring, even though I like nerdy stuff. But that's why, like, this one has a large blueberry right there. So I'm going to show you all, since these are ABCD'd, I will show you all one at a time. I just wanted to show you all that all of the specimens are this really unique, like, cluster of blueberry bubble formation of fluorite. Okay. And the fact that it's blue fluorite, I think indigo fluorite is my favorite fluorite of all. I love it. So anyway, let's hold a small one up. Blueberry fluorite features dark navy blues and rich purples like the hues of blueberries. It's a great stone to use for spiritual cleansing and to activate third eye chakra, helping to further develop psychic abilities. It is incredibly calming and helps you think through your situation with clarity and perspective. Known for bringing tranquility to a space, blueberry fluorite also helps you tap into your natural talents for the benefit of the greater good, both for yourself and the world. Use it during meditation to facilitate a clearer connection with the divine, or during energy work for emotional balance and spiritual growth. Okay. So I'm going to show you, this is A, but look at the bottom of A. You just have those chunks of like quartz. I think that's really cool. It's either chunks of quartz or fluorite, like regular. No, that's a quartz point. You can tell by the. So it was broken off. So generally speaking, blueberry fluorite will grow around quartz, grow, form, whatever you want to call it. But this is A. Okay. A measures 1 inch by 2 and 2.25 inches, weighs 4 ounces. It's $23. So you will buy the exact one I'm showing here. B also has a little quartz at the bottom. B, and it also has some actual fluorite, like hexagons and stuff. I think that's really cool. B is 1.5 by 2 inches, weighs 6 ounces. It is $35. C actually has quartz points on the bottom. Look at that. Like still embedded into it. C is 2 by 3.5, weighs 8 ounces. It's $58. So with C, you're getting all kinds of stuff. So the quartz too is going to amplify the blueberry fluorite, and you've got some big formations over here and then smaller formations all throughout there. D also has quartz chunk at the bottom. You can actually tell this way how it formed. You see how so here you have a skeletal quartz or a quartz covered in calcite. I'm not sure. But like there's a quartz point that runs here and like the blueberry fluorite just formed off of it. So that's D. That's really cool. And I can't tell, like I said, if it's quartz with calcite on it or if it's skeletal quartz. Anyway, this is D. D weighs 10 ounces. It's $73. And then we have the big one, which could actually be like an altar tray. So the bottom is just like a different host stone, but you do have little quartz points poking up here and there. Look at that. And this one sits to where like you could use this for charging things. 5 1/4 by 1 1/4 weighs over a pound. It's $155. That is a beautiful, like the whole thing just looks like a little cluster, a little basket of blueberries. And I think that is amazing. And like I said, this one also has the quartz points that run along the side here. And you even have like a quartz point there that clearly shows like the blueberry fluorite growing on it. I think that's really cool. So, all right. Enough about fluorite. I love that there's so many different types of fluorite. I had no idea, honestly. But we've had, what have we had now? Blueberry fluorite. We still have some of the black fluorite on the A grade black fluorite on the website in the live gemstone sale category, which is I'm attracted to fluorite. So between the blueberry and the black fluorite, I love both of those equally. I think those are my favorite. But we've had bunny fluorite, feather fluorite, pastel fluorite. I'm just not a huge fan of yellow fluorite. There, that's just me though. All right. The next specimens were a Colin and Wren find. Again, there's some gem shows we wander off, we split up, and they came back with these, and I was like, oh my god, these are super cool. We are calling them, I don't know what they called them. I think the people called them flowers, amethyst flowers, and I was like, no, I don't like that. Because to me they look like sunbursts or bursts of fireworks. So that's why we put them in the summer solstice, because it was almost like a firework or a sunburst, but they are amethyst and they're super cool. So these are labeled ABC. So you'll be buying the exact one. Okay. So look at that. What you're looking at is like the way that they cut it down is you can see all of these bursts. They also kind of look like a crown too. Look at that though. So amethyst is amazing for stress relief, psychic abilities, healing, all of that good stuff. I just think this is the coolest thing ever. And that's why we're calling them amethyst point bursts. If amethyst were a firework, this is what it would look like. They are exploding with powerful energy. Amethyst is a natural tranquilizer, soothes irritability, dispels anger, rage, fear, and anxiety. It eliminates sadness and grief and dissolves negativity. It can activate your spiritual openness, or your spiritual awareness, your intuition, and enhances psychic abilities. It's also cleansing, healing. Amethyst is just an amazing all-purpose stone, pretty much. So let me start with A. I chose poorly. This one's A. That was the other one. So A is 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. It weighs over 2 pounds. So this one is A. And even look at the bottom, the way all the points come together. Isn't that cool as shit? A is $85, but again, it weighs over 2 pounds. 2 pounds of amethyst points, and because all of the points go in different directions, the energy of the amethyst is going to be dispersed in just about every direction. Okay. B measures 3.5 by 2 3/4. It weighs 2.5 pounds. It's 105. So this is more of a square. It's not a square, but no, it's not quite a square. But this one's more evenly dispersed, but it has those big honking points in the middle. And then it has like, I love how like this one is off to the side. And the way that they cut it shows that. And then C is 4 by 4. It weighs almost 3 pounds. It's 115. The cool thing about C is you can even see like the layer here and then all the little points starting to form individually. But like here, you just kind of have like a layer of amethyst. So let me show you the top. He's a triangle. I love that. And C is 115. Weighs almost 3 pounds worth of just solid amethyst. Solid amethyst. Holy crap. All right. Almost done. Last page. Last page. I love it. All right. Last piece of jewelry that we have for you all as well. I think we've had these before, but we just had them smaller. Okay. So these are about 1 inch by about 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch wide. It's ruby. Gorgeous ruby. Faceted ruby. Look at that. Open back. Okay. Sterling silver. Okay. They're all a little bit like they all have a little bit of differences between like the bales or the settings. Okay. But they're all open back. Ruby gemstones are known as highly protective stones that promote spiritual vitality and wellness. Rubies also connect to the heart and sacral chakras to ignite passions and encourage loving vibrations. It helps you set realistic goals in your life and stay motivated to achieve them. Okay, so we have 5 of these in stock, and we'll intuitively choose one at the time of your order fulfillment. But they are $55 each. Again, it is a sterling silver setting, as well as it comes with a 24-inch sterling silver chain. There we go. Sorry, I just saw some chat going on. All right, so yes, we have 5 of those. Faceted ruby, and I believe ruby is the birthstone for July, which is why we put them into the summer solstice live. So if you have a July birthday or you know anyone with a July birthday, you can get it now for them. But please correct me if you are a July person and you're like, that's not ruby, but I'm 99% sure it is the birthstone for July. I didn't write it down though, so. All right. So we're ending the live sale on the note of our June subscription box, which was Phoenix Rising. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa says Ruby is July. Thank you. Okay. So our June subscription box, which already shipped out, I believe we do have a few more in stock. Don't hold me to that though. You'd have to check. But for June, we focused on Phoenix energy. Okay. Rising from the ashes, hot, fiery, being reborn, okay, into whatever form you want to be reborn into, okay? So the last 2 specimens are furthering that Phoenix energy from June's box, okay? But again, they resonate with this, the summer solstice energy, summer energy, hot, fiery, motivational, all of that. The first one, we have carnelian phoenix. We're calling them carnelian phoenix eggs. Okay. Of course, they're just carnelian eggs, but we saw them and we're like phoenix eggs. Because I believe that this is what a phoenix is going to hatch from. And just as it was an inside joke, my husband brought it up and I said, I'm going to say it live. If you are wondering what comes first, the egg or the bird, we're doing the egg first. So there you go. There's the answer to your age-old question. We're saying the egg came first. So what we have here are carnelian eggs. We're calling them carnelian phoenix eggs. And we have two different sizes, as you saw. Carnelian is a stone associated with motivation and creativity. It can help give one courage and boost confidence. Carnelian improves memory, thinking, analytic ability, and sharpens concentration. Hold on. I don't want to just lay those down. Boop, boop, boop. Making this a perfect stone for students. It resonates with both the root and sacral chakras, making it a great stone for calming anger and replacing emotional anger with a love of life. Carnelian has also been known to increase fertility and stimulate sexuality. The phoenix is a symbol of rebirth and transformation, born from the ashes of its own destruction. The phoenix reminds us that we too can be beautifully be reborn from a darker state. The egg is a symbol of fertility and a never-ending cycle of life, of purity and hope. In some cultures, it is a symbol of luck. Okay. We did hand choose all of these because to us, they really had a lot of depth and fire to them. Even this one, if you see, this is the lightest one of all the small eggs, but you see how like you get that fiery striation up the sides? Loved that. Okay. So we have the small, and we'll intuitively choose one of these at the time of your order. Okay. But the smalls are 2.5 inches by 2 inches, weigh 8 ounces. We have these 3. That's it. So you'll be getting one of these. And I think the reason we only have 3 is because we were very picky. But these all did come from Madagascar is the origin. And this comes from, I don't know if we still have the carnelian flames in the live gemstone subcategory or if we finally sold out of those. But it was the same dealer. This is the most gorgeous carnelian I have ever seen at the gem show. Okay. So the 3 small are $15 each, and we'll intuitively choose one. And then we have the 2 larges. So you'll be getting one of these. These are 4 inches by 3 inches and weigh 2.5 pounds each. They are $77.50. Okay. Just pure, you're getting a solid chunk of carnelian. Okay. And again, this was like a collaborative group effort. We saw these, had to have them, had to have the flames, had to have the eggs. We loved them all because this, like I said, best carnelian I've ever seen. You know what? I'm going to weighs the side of the table down a little bit. I'm just gonna move that over here. We have a lot riding on this table right here. I'm just going to alleviate some of the weight since we're at the end because we've only got one left, you guys. I'm just going to move these real quick and put them in front of me. Last but not least, we have the phoenix. Okay. I feel so much better about that. Let me grab the phoenix for you all. We have the Labradorite Phoenix. This was the feature of one of our gem show insiders. We only have the one. They only have one. This comes from the same vendor that does the intricate carvings, the little turtles. And let me get it close so you can see all of the detail in the face, and the feathers. I think it's beautiful. So again, Labradorite, powers of psychic development, magical energy, and transformation. That's why this being a phoenix, which is a symbol of transformation and rebirth, being carved in Labradorite, which is a stone of transformation and magic, makes it absolutely amazing. Okay, to be a beautiful centerpiece to anyone's altar. There's little specks of little flashy stuff in the back. That's pretty cool. Ooh, there's some nice flash on the side too. Oh, look at that little green flash. But we just have this one-of-a-kind piece. The back is, they definitely focused on the front. They definitely focused on the front as far as detail. It is 9 inches tall by 4 3/4 inches wide. This is $125. That's it. We got an amazing deal on it. Our vendor gave us an amazing deal, so we passed on the amazing deal to you all. We just have this one, and it's a beautiful way to end the live sale today, but also really bring together June's energy for us here at Ink Goddess Creations, because we did have the Phoenix Rising theme for this month's subscription box, the Ink Goddess Creations box, which is getting amazing reviews. Y'all's feedback on it has been beautiful. Thank you. If we have any of those still available, they are in the subscriptions, the Ink Goddess Creations, our IGC subscriptions category. And it's just the one-time purchase box. So yeah, we do still have some of those if you really want to work with Phoenix energy. I think we do. Jenny says the egg came first. That's what we're saying. And actually, I'm going to set this down. It does stand though. It's flat. All right, you guys. I don't know if Colin, there's a lot, so I don't know if Colin's going to come tell me what we still have left. Bella says, I got here late, but got 2 of the items I was hoping to get. Thank you for another wonderful gemstone sale. I'm glad you got what you wanted. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. Anything that doesn't sell remains in that live gemstone sale category. So you can watch the video,
Skull's left.
The skull is left?
Bumblebee Stone G is left.
Whoa, hold on. The skull is left? Nobody wants the chrysanthemum? No, somebody does. This is going home with somebody. We only got the one. So beautiful. So the skull is still left. The big guy for the show. G is the nose one. Nope, that was D. G of the Bumblebee Stone is still left. Joan says, beautiful pieces, guys. Thank you for sharing with us today. And Jenny got a ruby necklace. Yay!
We have B of the Amethyst Burst.
B of the Amethyst Burst. That was the square one. And B, I don't know what B was. Was that the 100? B of the Amethyst Burst was 105. And G of the Bumblebee was 50. Only $50. Holy crap.
We have some of the lava agates and moons.
Okay,
a couple of blueberry pieces and a couple of rutilated pieces. The Tumbled sold out. That's the first time it's ever.
Tumbled sold out? What did I just say? Y'all, that's why I don't say things like that. That's why I shouldn't, because I said I don't think we've ever sold out of a tumbled stone ever in the history of live gemstone sales. We've been doing these since 2020 now. And what happens? We sold out of a tumbled. That is awesome. Oh, Bella got a ruby necklace too and a carnelian egg. Yay! All right. So yeah, anything left? We still have some moons, some blueberry fluorite, some rutilated quartz. So anything that's left will remain in that live gemstone sale category. Other things coming up. Oh, the next live gemstone sale is our Yuletide in July. I literally wrote down Yuletide in live sale. It's our Yuletide in July, which will be Saturday, July 12th at 10 a.m. I will get that up hopefully Monday, so that like on YouTube. So just to bring up that and to let you all know kind of what's happening here at Ink Goddess Creations. Our box this month, our Ink Goddess Creations box, is themed tarot magic. It will not contain an actual tarot deck, like a full tarot deck, but everything else in the box is fucking phenomenal, if I do say so. Like, we went all out for this box. So you can get that. Those boxes don't ship until July 7th. So that ordering is open for that. They are flying off the shelf really quickly. June in the month of, in the month of June for the Ink Spirit Coven, we're doing prosperity magic. So next week, and we've already done our lesson, but the replay is already up in the lesson archives for everyone. And then next weekend, we're doing a group prosperity ritual. So I love that. You can head to inkspirit.com to read more about the coven and sign up there. And then coming up, we have a mid-month launch. We also have a Fuck It Friday coming up. But the big thing is I cannot believe that it is a couple of weeks away from July. You guys, I cannot believe this, like how quickly this year is flying by. But July 1st starts our Witchy Advent pre-sale. We're the originator of the original or the Witchy Advent calendar. So it's a countdown to Yule every day, or every Advent calendar comes with 21 individually wrapped gifts that you open one a day starting December 1st and ending on Yule, December 21st. Okay. We are the first people to do it. We're the only people to do it correctly. If you ask me, everybody else is still doing a countdown to Christmas. And I'm like, wow, we're witches. So the pre-sale will start on July 1st. We run the pre-sale from July 1st to August 15th. This year, just because of everything that's happening at the moment, the pre-sale will be at a locked-in price. If we have any others available after the pre-sale is done, August 15th. So you have 6 weeks to order. Okay. Then we close ordering until October. If we have any left over, they will be at a higher price. Okay, this is the first year that we've ever done a higher price for those purchasing in October, but we have to this year. Okay, so it is best for you to get your Witchy Advent during the 6-week period between July 1st and August 15th. Okay, that way you're locked in at that price and it will not raise. Okay. And our Yuletide in July clearance also starts July 1st. So a bunch of stuff on the website goes on clearance. Okay. We do like to celebrate. It's called our Yuletide in July. We love doing it. I think we're also going to be doing a pre-order of our planner this year as well, starting sometime in July. So that is everything we have coming up. Thank you all so much. Yes, Jessica says, how is it almost July? Love the Advent. Thank you, Jessica. Oh, and Jenny said you said it. We took it as a challenge as far as the tumbled stones selling out. I love that. I love you guys so much. Y'all are awesome. So thank you for being here with me. Summer solstice is the 21st. I believe that's next Friday. The 21st this year, is that my calendar won't open? I think it's next Friday, the 21st. Anyway, get out in the sun. Empower your goals for the entire rest of the year. That's how you celebrate too. Have fun, celebrate with friends, and get out in the sun. That's a little bit. I mean, that's like the big point of it. Okay. So that's how you want to celebrate summer solstice. Just live life, have fun, do what makes you passionate, and add motivation for the rest of your year. Okay. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you all next month. Bye.